Welcome back to Counterpoint. We are unpacking the FTX scandal, the debacle that led to a $32 billion company pretty much evaporating. And joining me now to have that discussion is Bobby Del Rio, who's host of the Daily Drop here on the News Forum. Bobby, thanks again for joining me in studio. It's always nice to have guests in studio. One thing that stood out for me as a political commentator observer is that Bankman-Fried, who was the CEO of FTX, he reportedly gave $40 million to support Democrats in the U.S. election. And his colleague, Ryan Salame, gave $23 million to Republicans. There's suggestions that some of these massive donations could have influenced or could have been used to abate some of the desire in the U.S. to regulate this sector, to peddle influence, basically. Does that carry any weight?
Oh, 100%. I mean, look, obviously we can't prove these things yet, but speculation right now is that essentially, because he's not in jail yet, right? In fact, like
he's in the Bahamas, I assume. Still?
We're not actually sure where he is. I think he is there, but apparently he's also speaking at some conference New York Times is putting on.
Wow.
Like, it's like some of the things he's doing, I'm like, what is happening, right? But if you think about the amount of money that he spent lobbying politicians, there's a theory, and again, I have to say it's not proven, it's not substantiated. It does seem to make sense to me personally, but I don't really know how he lobbied all of these people, and there's a close family relationship between Gary Gensler, who's the SEC chairman.
Oh, wow.
And his ex, who was running Alameda, where like literally I think that like Caroline is her name, her father was like his mentor or something. Like it's
That's
like
a tight connection.
it's some messy kind of thing, but you don't really know. I don't want to make accusations, but it's interesting, right? And then there's a theory that the amount of money he spent lobbying these politicians was specifically to slow down the adoption of cryptocurrency regulation, and then he was building the regulations as the chief lobbyist. So essentially, he would be benefiting. So it's almost like all of the regulations were being tailor-made to FTX.
Wow.
And that's what he spent his money on.
That's the allegation.
Yes.
Wow. That's definitely something that's going to have to be investigated. You always just follow the money, or in this case, follow the crypto. I don't know, follow the money.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Well, it would make sense. I mean, again, you can't prove it necessarily, not yet. But why is the biggest market in the world being so slow for crypto adoption? Well, I mean, if you're paying politicians to delay it so then you can tailor it to your needs, it would make sense economically.
Yeah, if it looks like a duck and smells like a duck.
Right.
Now, again, following the money, they just have to follow probably which campaigns benefited from these donations. Could they follow? Is there a way to track these donations?
Yes, but the problem is that blockchains can be public and they can be private. And so, there's billions of dollars missing, right? So when they're doing, I don't know, the forensic accounting that they can do, but they can't find all of this crypto. Crypto equals money, right?
Right.
The problem is that this is money that you can turn into software and you can hide it. And you're not putting it in a bank account, right?
No.
You're putting it in an exchange. So there is a bit of a myth that you can just track the blockchains, but there's an issue with, there's a protocol called Tornado Cash, which has gotten in a lot of trouble because there is billions of dollars laundered through it, right? So essentially how a mixer works is you put a bunch of money in it and everything is tracked on a blockchain publicly.
Right.
You take all the money, you shake it up, you erase the blockchains, and then you redistribute the money to the people. So essentially, you're perfectly laundering money. Now, the debate is whether or not Tornado Cash did that on purpose or if it was incidental. But the reality is those types of protocols can be created. And I believe FTX may have created those protocols. He had the money, the leverage, the access to tech. And if he buried money in the sand digitally, you're never going to find it.
Wow. So we're going to have to basically determine intent here.
Yeah, it's hard though. How do you know?
Well, that's a good point. So there would be an innocent individual who invested and maybe used the exchange with FTX and their money's just gone now?
There's like millions of them.
Billions?
Millions. I think there's like over 1 million creditors.
So will they see the money back?
I mean, maybe.
Is this the Madoff of crypto?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And Bernie Madoff went to jail for 150 years. So,
And that was small potatoes compared to this.
well, actually, the numbers were actually significantly bigger with Madoff. But like Theranos was, I think it was 121 million to 324 million, something like that, depending on how you calculate it. And she went to jail for 11 years. And right now, with Sam Bankman-Fried, it's millions of dollars.
My goodness.
Sorry, billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars.
Yes.
Billions of dollars. Okay, we're going to continue this discussion right when we come back from this commercial break. Stick around.